Denis Pwaberi Wedam is here. When was the last time you ate acheke?
I'm not really a fan of it. I don't remember when last I did. Yeah, I may be, but I cannot be safe under the circumstances.
Tell me.
Because many really cannot understand why. I mean, there's a lot of outrage out there about this whole Galamsey. But I think if we put these things to perspective, people will know how, in many ways, they are affected by this particular menace. So for Galamsey, Manifesto check today, we're still staying our steam on Galamsey, but today we're looking at how much of Galamsey, how it impacted much on our lives.
That's right.
And we are doing so because there had been a promise by the president, willing to put his presidency on the line. So we're taking that as a pledge that he's made to the people. So as a matter of fact, we did not expect to see the things that we are seeing now. So this we just simply call the ravages of Galamsey. And in about 6 pointers, you can appreciate how much devastation it has caused. Now we are looking at over 19,000 hectares of cocoa farms that have been destroyed by this illegal mining we are talking about. 19,000 hectares of cocoa farms.
So bring it home so people can relate.
So when we're talking about 19 hectares, just imagine the size of a standard football field.
Like the Baba Yaras
Yes.
that has been banned by CAF.
Exactly.
I see.
So when you can imagine that, now imagine over 35,000 of such fields put together. That's how much farmlands of cocoa that have been devastated just by illegal mining.
Does it surprise you that we have a continuous reduction in the cocoa
industry, and we even have evidence of cocoa farmers themselves saying that, okay, we are making so much money, I don't mine cocoa, I've given my land to illegal mining.
This is serious.
So that's how much land we are losing, or farms we are losing. This comes at a time where there's also a threat of food security because there is an issue with rainfall and drought in some parts of the country. So this is alarming. So when you hear civil society, when you hear the labor unions express concern about illegal mining, they are looking at these things. It just doesn't end there. Every day we talk about how water is life and how when the last tree dies, last human being dies.
True.
We are looking at 13 major rivers that have become undrinkable. As for aquatic life, very little about it. And these rivers include the Tano River, the Ankobra River, Brim, Pra, Densu, Black Volta. They've become undrinkable.
Wow.
I mean, this may not sound appropriate, but in some parts of the country, people still rely heavily on this for their drinking water.
Because that's the option
they
have, is it not?
It just doesn't end there. Now, when you take every 10 chronic kidney diseases, we are told 8 of them are coming from Galamsey communities.
Wow.
8 out of 10. And this is also more disturbing because of how we are even dealing with kidney issues now and how our health facilities are unable to even accommodate the numbers and the cost of it. So when you put all of these things together, you can appreciate how much pain, and when you hear Musa saying that he's shedding tears, I mean, if you look at it from this light, you can appreciate what is happening. It doesn't end there, Alfred. We also know that now 50% of treated water lost due to 60% rise in turbidity. What it means is that 50% of our water cannot be treated anymore. That is because the turbidity level has gone beyond the point where you can treat it.
That's the level of pollution we're talking about.
And now the Ghana Water Company, has said it not once, not twice, not thrice. Directly connected to that is the fact that if this does not stop anytime soon, we may have to import water by 2030.
That's just some 5 years away from now.
Yes. And we heard Stanley Matic say that on this particular platform when we spoke to him somewhere last week.
Yeah.
There's also the other disturbing part where birth deformities reported, and we are now reporting birth deformities in Galamsey communities. It's the reason you hear the health unions also come together to raise concerns about the health implications of Galamsey in our communities. We are also told again that 3.5 of agricultural lands, that's close to 4.7 hectares, the size of the whole of Greater Accra, if you can imagine in that sense, has also been destroyed by Galamsey. Put all of these things together, and that will be the verdict for today.
That's the catastrophe, you know, the level of destruction. It's an apocalyptic situation that we find ourselves in, is it not?
It is. And that's the more reason why we all should be concerned. We should put aside the politics, we should put aside the personal interest and deal with it head on. So for Manifesto Check today, the fight against Galamsey, has there been one? This is the verdict.
The verdict certainly doesn't look good.
Not at all. It's with the people.
It is with the people indeed. Denis, Pwaberi, Wedam, I thank you so much for this. And just bear in mind that it's closer than you think. The risks associated with this illegal mining that we've been shouting about over the period.